Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a 53-year-old woman that lives in Rochester, United Kingdom. I'm going through a lot at the moment. I've been in hospital quite recently with having a blood transfusion. I get heavy periods. My periods, I did say since I had a COVID vaccine that my periods have become unbearable. The pain and the blood loss since I had a COVID vaccination. My periods seem to be all fucked up. I know I'm going through the transition from the perimenopause to the menopause. I understand that. But my periods got incredibly erratic and very much more painful after the COVID vaccine. I'm also getting a tightness in my leg. Whenever I get a period now, I never used to get this. It feels like my right leg is being squeezed and all the veins come up. I've been to hospital, they've taken blood tests, they haven't taken any other tests, they've just taken blood tests. But I feel like there's something wrong that they haven't... My phone's going off. I feel like there's something else going on because I'm getting a period almost 3 times a month. I don't think is normal, and then I know you get erratic periods leading up to the menopause, but this is ridiculous. I don't think my body can cope with having nearly 3 periods a month. I mean, I'm not being funny, guys, but sanitary protection is expensive, right? If you want decent sanitary protection, you've got to pay for it, not the cheap fucking shit that, is no good to anybody. So I'm spending about £30 a month on sanitary protection, 30 quid at least on sanitary towels and protection. I have to wear old clothes for at least a week, a month, sometimes 2 or 3 weeks. I have to wear tacky old clothing so the blood doesn't seep through my clothes. I got discharged out of hospital after having a blood transfusion and 2 iron transfusions. In my opinion, I don't look pale because I'm getting overheated and flushed. Sometimes I'm absolutely going like a red tomato and I feel like I'm going to faint. So it seems that it's getting nowhere medically, and I'm having to cope with myself with this. So I take my phone onto the field, I take a bottle of water. About 3 or 4 days ago, my head started swimming and I thought I was going to black out on the field. But the doctors I've got are useless. If you can get through to them after being on the phone for an hour. 111 has been absolutely useless. There's no way I can walk to the hospital. If you can't afford to get a taxi, how are you supposed to get up to the hospital? I mean, this is getting beyond a joke and ridiculous. Right? So what's going to happen is I'm probably going to black out and faint somewhere at some point, and someone will find me on the floor, hopefully. I'm tired of the NHS system in this country, right? I'm tired of being talked at like shit by doctors' receptionists. I'm tired of being talked like shit when I'm in the hospital with doctors that seem to be like Polish actors. But they do that. I can't understand the word they're saying. I couldn't the last one I went up to. I couldn't understand the word he was saying. Right, so I'm going to finish having my breakfast. Max is out there investigating. are making the noise. And I mean, it's not the builder's fault, they've got a job to do. If you start building while someone's in their flat and they've got noise, it's not the builder's fault, they're just doing their job. So, we've got builder's noise. So if you sit on the balcony, you've got smog and builder's noise. As you know, stress makes illness worse. I've got the stress of living here. I've got a mum that needs help and she's not getting any help and support. Oh God, if I knew being 50 was going to be like this, my goodness, I think I would have emigrated to Australia. I really do. And also, these girls, right, these girls and young women that fling their hair about and think, right, oh yeah, it's wonderful being 20. I'm not talking about every young woman. There are some really nice young people out there that help other people. But I'm talking to the minute few that rely on their looks, think their looks are going to carry them all the way through. Do you know youth only lasts, 10, 20 years? And then you start getting grey, going old. So don't rely on your looks. Because I've woken up this morning, gone out to the balcony, there's a Sky van with a young woman with long curly brown hair and a young man next to her. Right? I was married, I was young once, I've been there, done that, read the book. It doesn't bother me. Right? And I think I look good for my age. Right? And yes, people do replace older women with younger models. And do they realise, especially like newsreaders and weather women, get replaced by a younger model when they get past 40, 50? And after these women have served their bosses for several years, right? Do these bosses not think that they should help these women's mental health? You know, helping them, support them after sacking them and getting rid of them for being old. Do you not understand what a woman feels like when she's just discarded because she's a bit older and they want a younger model? And when a husband does it to a wife, gets rid of his wife and replaces her with a younger man. And men get it too. A man can get it as well. I'm not just saying it's all women. Some men get discarded because they're old and the girlfriend goes off with a younger man. It happens both ways, I do know that. But in the majority of cases, it's women that get pushed aside because they're older. And it affects their mental health. Women do a lot, you know. They bring children into the world with the help of a man, of course. But I'm saying we bring kids into the world. We go through periods. We go through the menopause. And then we get treated like you're old and unwanted. Get out of it. You know, when I was young, I helped blind people across the road. I would go to my gran and granddads and spend time with them. And it didn't matter if they had false teeth or they were bald on top. They were my nan and granddad. And now I'm in a society where I've got young people, oh, you're old. And I'm 53. I mean, they've got granddads and grannies. Do they want to change their mother because she's gone grey and a bit, you know, middle-aged spread? You're going to replace your mother because she's old. You know what? And false teeth, right? There's teenagers with false teeth. What are you saying to people? That if you're not pretty and you're not good looking, then go and throw yourself in the dustbin? What are you saying to young people and elderly out there? That we're unwanted because we're not perfect. What a society we're in. It's disgusting and vile. projecting. You could take it away and shovel it, right? Because I've had this since I was a small child. I've never been perfect. I don't give a fucking shit about models, starving yourself and fucking painting your face with fucking poisonous chemicals. Fucking stick that up your ass. I'm me, I'm raw. If you don't like it, fuck off, basically. But don't tell fucking young girls that everything's perfect. You know, when I've seen my dad shoved into a fucking coffin that was too small for his fucking body, and you know what I mean, and my mum paid for that fucking coffin, and she paid for that funeral, and they treated that body with such disrespect, right? Do I have to open the lid the next time I get someone buried or cremated to see if a body's in there? Because you don't know what people are doing, do you? You actually don't know if they're doing their job properly, right? You can have a go at me all you like, take the piss, rub me up the wrong way, but if I fucking led this country